Hi, and welcome to AmalgamNation. This week's vid is about Resident Evil 6. In the name of honesty and fairness, I have to say that before I played Resident Evil 6, the only experience I had with the series was the movie starring Mila Jovovich. I quite enjoyed these movies, and I still do. My enjoyment of them made me curious about the games, but I did not know anyone who could lend me a copy of any of them, so until now I had virtually no experience with the games themselves. I have previously tried to get into the series of games, but as someone who does not like to mess around with the controls of a game, I found the control layout for the first games in the series to feel unnatural. I am not saying this because I do not understand the controls or because the games were too difficult for me and I'm looking for something to blame it on. I simply believe that on a controller that has trigger buttons, then maybe, just maybe, games should use the trigger buttons as the trigger for the guns in the game. It kind of makes sense when you think about it. Quite a few of my friends are fans of Resident Evil, or RE as they call it. Some of them have even formed or joined a Resident Evil cosplay group called Umbrella Era Division. I am a member of that group myself, and because of that I am giving this game series another shot, but that's enough about that. This is, after all, a Resident Evil 6 review or overview, whichever one you think it is. First things first, the controls for this particular game felt more natural to me. I played this one on my Xbox 360 and the game actually mapped your attacks to the trigger buttons on the controller. So with that issue out of the way, I was able to fully enjoy this game, and I did. I loved having to accomplish a goal while staying alive, trying to kill zombies and conserving my ammo for the dreaded boss fights. After all, every gamer worth a damn knows that to take on a boss in a shooter game you need ammo, especially in games like this. But that's what makes a game like this fun. I have always known that it was not the game itself, but the controls that hindered my enjoyment of the Resident Evil series. One of the first games I ever played on a PlayStation was a game that had a similar feel to it, but made use of the trigger buttons for your attacks. This game finally proved me right about that. The game's story is told from a number of different perspectives or points of view. The view you get depends on the characters you choose to play as. The choices are Leon and Helena, Chris and Piers, Jake and Sherry. If you choose Leon, you are paired with Helena for the remainder of the game. I originally chose Leon, and to be honest, I have not played as anyone else as of yet. This has left me wondering what the hell is going on. The game started with Leon and Helena in trouble. Helena was injured and in need of herbs to treat her. As Leon, it was my job to find the herbs nearby. The game then jumps into the past to a point before when Helena was injured and allows me to play through the events that led up to this point. Then once I reach the beginning, I get to play past that point in the story, similar to how Final Fantasy X begins in the middle and then jumps back to show you the events that led you to where you are. I think that I've said enough about this game for now. As always, remember, play to game and game to play.